more specific, we're going to be talking about some Pakistani brands. Khaadi is one of them. Rastah, J. Manto.
And then, obviously, this is what I keep seeing.
All right, welcome back from our
Commercial break.
Why don't you explain to our viewers what Teli Cola actually is?
This was like the Pakistani bootlegged version of Coke or any soda. Did they have Fanta as well?
Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Breaking Naan. Today we are talking about there's something about Pakistani fashion.
It's my turn.
It is.
All right. I'm really happy.
I have to say that, but okay.
I'm really happy we get to have this discussion because I think
Why is that?
this was a topic I wanted to have a discussion with you for a while because I think there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about here and stuff that I think it's worth having an episode on. So we're talking about Pakistani fashion, and I guess a little bit more specific, we're going to be talking about some Pakistani brands. I don't know. I get so many Facebook ads for a lot of these Pakistani brands, and it's so cool to see what they've been doing.
Yeah.
And they've grown so rapidly. Some of the brands that we wanted to talk about today, Khaadi is one of them. Rastah. Manto.
And then, obviously, this is what I keep seeing. I see it all the time now, like literally, more than Rastah at this point.
I mean, we'll talk about them a little bit more, but I think I see their ads and they say, oh, the most comfiest hoodie ever. And they've...
Well, is it?
Yeah, I really like them.
Really?
Yeah, I got this in Karachi when I went, and it's very, very, very comfy. It's a nice hoodie to wear. It's simple. It says Manto on it. Like, it's cool. It's in Urdu.
But the thing is, like, have you tried a hoodie from a different brand, like Rastah and whatnot?
No, not yet.
I want to know.
Maybe once this podcast really kicks it, we go viral, we make a ton of money, we'll get some Rastah hoodies.
I'd love that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's a plan. And we'll talk about Rastah a little bit more later. That's another one of these Pakistani brands that's really grown big. The cool thing about Rastah is, of course, they've got a lot of celebrities.
A lot.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. And then maybe we can talk about some of the other local brands here, like J. As well, and things around Hillcroft. We can talk about that.
There's a bunch of them nowadays. There's a J. There's also obviously this Saeed Ajmal as well. I haven't been there. I don't know what is it like. I don't think I've ever worn his clothes. Saeed Ajmal.
I don't think
J. for sure. I like their stuff. I think it's pretty cool. The store is pretty nice. It's pretty big. But I think the biggest deal past last year was when the Khaadi store was opening in Houston. That's big. That's huge.
Right. So okay, you've been to the Khaadi store? I haven't had a chance to go there yet. Tell us where it is. Like, just describe it.
So it's in the mall Galleria, and it's actually it's probably the biggest mall, not only in Houston, but probably third or fourth in US. I think that's what I've heard.
The Galleria is a really fancy mall.
It's huge. It takes days if you want to to go through the whole thing. You can't just have one day of Galleria for sure. So it's big, right? And I was told it's over there. So when I got there, I really expected it to be like just a small store. But it's actually pretty big. It's pretty nice. It looks really cool. It's really nice. I don't know, as soon as I got there, I was like, I'm so impressed. This is such a big store and big brand, obviously. So I think they did justice to it.
I think the cool thing about Khaadi, I haven't been to the store here in Houston, but I've been to the one in Karachi.
I don't remember that. I actually don't. I remember J. I think that was really big. The J. in the
But they also have so many locations in Karachi, I think, J. and Khaadi. But the one I went to, unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of men's clothing. I don't think they had any in Dolman. It's just women's clothing, but they have a bunch of...
Which one, Khaadi or J.
Khaadi. Khaadi.
That's something I've heard before, too, about them. Why is that?
I don't know. Because some of their stuff seemed really nice.
There was none... was there any men... there was no men clothing at all in Houston brand. Houston location. Why?
Yeah.
Why are they sexist?
I really hope they change that soon because they have a lot of cool stuff. I mean, so I remember the store in Karachi actually was very big, done up really well. Big screens, Dolman Mall, and it's got a lot of cool things. They've got everything from like home goods to like artwork to bedding to women's clothes to perfumes.
That's really cool.
Like everything but men's clothing.
Yeah.
But it's still really nice to see a Pakistani store, a Pakistani brand that's grown so big, because apart from just being in Pakistan, I know they have stores in London.
Yeah.
They have at least one store in London. Maybe they have more.
Khaadi?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Also at a very big mall. I remember when they opened, it was like, I remember reading something, it was just like packed. So many people went there.
I can only imagine the line they must have had here the time it was opening.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about it for sure.
So the time you went to Khaadi, was it a lot of Desi people there, or did you just see kind of like everybody?
No, I don't think there were a lot of clients at that point. I think I saw like maybe 2 clients other than us. They probably were Desi, yeah. But the people working over there, they weren't.
Oh, that's cool.
That was pretty cool. I don't know why that's cool, but I really just expected it has to be Desi people working there, but they weren't, and I thought that's nice of them.
I just think it's awesome that they opened up in the Galleria. And for those of you that don't know, like the Galleria is a very legit mall. That rent is definitely not cheap.
Gotta be a lot of money, right?
Oh,
I was actually
absolutely.
having a conversation with Hassie earlier, and I was like, "What do you think the Khaadi store must be paying the rent?" I'm really bad at this. And I was like, "Do you think it's 5K?" He's like,
It's definitely more.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I can't wrap my mind around that if they're actually making that much monthly.
I'm
think
sure
so?
they are. Yeah, absolutely,
Really?
man. They have some.
But aren't clothes seasonal? Aren't clothes like Desi clothes are? Is that changing a lot? Are
Well,
people
so
buying on a
they don't-
normal basis clothes?
I don't think they just sell like Eastern clothing, right? They sell Western clothing. They sell T-shirts. They sell sweatshirts. They sell things that you can
it
wear
is
apart from.
Desi clothing, but a little bit of like I get street art and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Pakistani fashion that's been kind of translated onto Western wear, like Western streetwear, and I think that's what's so cool about them. And that's why I really wish they'd make some for guys also.
I really hope so too. I think we should reach them out if you see it, which I don't know if you ever will, but if you see it, please.
We'll have to tag
Do
them,
it.
and hopefully everyone that watches this video can
Well,
also
they
shoot them
probably
an
won't
email.
because you're rapping Manto right now.
We can rep everyone. It's okay. We can all.
Tell me more about Manto. I really don't know much about it.
All right, so-
I think I saw maybe a couple of ads of Manto on social media. Didn't pay much attention until you brought me a sweater. Thank you for that. And then I see a bunch of that you brought from
Yeah,
the
I
Karachi
saw.
trip.
So I saw Manto when I went to Karachi. I used to see their ads on Facebook, and I was like, oh, this looks cool, and I like to support some of these Pakistani brands as well. So I was like, one day, I'll get it.
Yeah.
And then went to Karachi, saw their store, and I was like, oh, I really want to go there. And I went with my brothers and cousins. Actually, I went there a couple of times, and they were really busy, and they were selling. They were selling a lot of clothes and like.
Is this brand still considerably new?
I think so. I don't.
Maybe last year.
I don't know their history. I think they're fairly new, but they've got like a nice storefront with some. They don't have a lot of selection for guys. I think it's mostly catered towards female clothing.
Okay.
But I think for guys, they had a couple of jackets, a couple of hoodies, and a couple of sweatshirts, but just in various colors. But I like the material. I like their non-flashiness. It's
Did you
for the
get
most
any
part.
Desi clothing from them, or is
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I like.
And I know they have like nice kurtas and whatnot.
They
right?
do. The thing is, I already have so many kurtas, and I don't get to wear them as much as I'd probably like to, and I just don't like keeping them in my closet, just hanging forever.
Yeah, just once in a year sort of a thing, or twice maybe maximum. But
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Manto, it's something I keep seeing all the time, and I don't know if that's because maybe we talked enough about it when you brought me the shirt. Maybe it's because of that, but
That's because the Alexas are listening, and then they know.
I'm pretty sure not just Alexa, everyone's listening right now. But honestly, like the brand looks cool. They have some really cool designs. I think from the looks of it, obviously, I do like their kurtas a lot than their what the designs I've seen. I'm not a big fan of having just the name of the brand on there. It's like you didn't do nothing at all in terms of a design. But on their kurtas, they've done some actual work, and I feel like I might get into that.
I think one of the. So I think the sweatshirt I got you says Sunky on the back.
It does, yeah, it's really cool.
Everyone goes there and they say like, oh, what does that mean? And they get asked this question so many times that if you go there and you ask them that, they actually just give you a bookmark.
No way.
That has like the history and tells you like what it means. And that sweatshirt, if you look at the back, I think in the middle it says Sunky, and then there's a bunch of other words around
And
it.
they're all like kind of related.
They're all kind of related.
Yeah,
so it's just kind of nice. It's written in like a nice
So
Urdu
Senti is
script.
like basically what, like being crazy, right?
You're gonna have to look it up, but yeah.
Is it
spoiler
Shazzy?
alert. But
Is it Senki, right?
Shazzy, well, let's see. There's our resident Urdu expert.
Crazy, yeah. So all
Yeah.
the other words, if you read them, they're all in a similar like direction as saying some sort of a crazy person. Like, I like the design; it's pretty cool. Don't know why it's branded that way.
Yeah,
but I like it.
It's creative, it's simple, and they're very comfy. So if you haven't checked them out, you definitely should.
I was gonna say affiliate links in the description below.
Maybe you can post even if it's not an affiliate link, maybe we can include a link below just to get folks to check them out. I definitely think they're worth it.
Here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the brand called Rastah.
All right, let's talk
First of all,
about
is it Rastah or is it Rastah?
I think it's Rasta. It's two ways, right?
Have you heard anyone saying it?
No.
I've never heard it, so I don't know if it's Rastah or Rastah. Do you know? Is it Rastah?
It's Rasta
It is?
because he watched the
Okay,
video
it's
with the founder.
So Rastah, they're getting big, right? The first time I got to know about Rastah was maybe a year and a half ago. I saw a video. The owner of Rastah, there was a video. There's like a video that was showing that they were actually doing bad
first
initially. They weren't hitting their the prices that they wanted to hit because it's supposed to be high quality street fashion, but pretty pricey, right? And I don't know how their marketing was. So until I believe Justin Bieber bought something from them. That's what they claim, and I think I've seen a photo as well. Justin Bieber wanted something very specific apparently, and he only saw it with their brand. He bought it, and that just they went boom.
So we're just pausing for a second. So Rastah, it's streetwear. It's not like Eastern clothing. It's not.
So it's different from Manto. It's different from what's other brand again?
Well, I mean, they do hoodies. They do like sweatshirts. They kind of like oversized.
But what I guess the difference that I've noticed between all these brands is I think Khaadi is very cultural-ish almost, and then Manto is like very relaxed fit. Where their entire brain and strategy about designs for Rastah seems to be very, very street material, like super street. Still comfortable, but still not as plain as this.
Right, it's oversized. It's very, I want to say flashy, but a lot of design. Maybe I could call it loud.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure everyone got to see them a lot more recently because of their cricket campaign recently for the ICC Championship. I do like some of the stuff they've made. I really, really like it, and I feel like I might want to get it too. The stuff looks really cool. I know all the young, new generation in Pakistan is representing that a lot, especially all the music videos. If I look at it, everything's saying it too.
So what music videos? Let's talk a little bit more, because this is really cool. They've had a lot of celebrities rep their stuff.
Well, with the cricket campaign, they had Haris Rove, they had Wasim Akram and his son, I believe those two for cricket. I don't know if anybody else was part of it. I didn't see it. But then other than cricket, I don't know if this is a representation, like as in they were paid or not, but the band called Or, they just basically, that's what they wear all the time in their music videos. That's what I've noticed.
I know you're talking about one specific music video. You might as well talk about that video.
I think it's called Tu Hai Kahan with the singer called Zayn Malik. It's a beautiful song. And so the first time when I watched that video, as soon as it came out, first of all, the whole big deal was about a Pakistani band doing a song collaboration with Zayn Malik. It's huge. It's huge for Pakistan in general, and huge for a band that I never heard of ever in my life. So it's like, oh, Zayn Malik's doing a song with a Pakistani singer. Like, yeah, who? The band called Or. I'm like, who even are they?
Well, they sang
no idea, right?
The title song.
That was way before then.
Yeah,
way before then. I do think they got famous because of the title track that they had for Kabhi Main Kabhi Tum. That they made them famous, but. When I heard that Zayn Malik was doing a song with them and the music video came out, I watched it, and first...
That's what you noticed?
No, not even once I noticed they're wearing a brand called Rastah. Not even once, because I didn't even know about the brand. Later on, when I found out about this brand, and I later on watched this video later, I was like, oh, it clearly says on each one's jacket that they're wearing. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no,
maybe not for me, but it's pretty cool.
I think it's amazing for where they started and where they are right now. They've gotten so many, not just Pakistani celebrities, but you said like Justin Bieber wearing their stuff. I'm sure there's other celebrities as well. I can't think of them. So their pricing is a little bit more. I think some of their hoodies are like $200-300.
Really? $200-300?
Yeah, $200-300
for a hoodie.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it can be, but it's like, I guess that's the market they're shooting for.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that.
Like, regardless of you're on that, good for them in the sense that they have gotten traction, they have grown, and they've become famous enough for us to talk about them. Right?
100%. Yeah, I think they're well known now. I think a lot of people know about them. Also, it was very important to have Pakistani streetwear that we don't have any brand. I know we have huge brands about daily wear of all the ladies and even guys and whatnot, and J-Dot making all the kurtas and all, but we didn't have anything to do with streetwear.
Right, we didn't have Western wear with Pakistani influence, Pakistani culture. It's a couple of small shops here and there. But
so a lot of people are trying, but I think it has to be really good for it to get to the point that we get to know, so we can talk about it at the show. But there's obviously we all know about the show called Shark Tank. I started watching the Shark Tank of Pakistan. There were some people pitching in their streetwear ideas. I like that idea and initiative, but I feel like all those were just T-shirts with logos. That's not streetwear enough. There needs to be a lot more that can represent that way. But I feel like it was really cool to see that Pakistan is coming up with some of those.
Right, absolutely. If you haven't checked out Rastah, definitely check out their stuff as well. We haven't gotten any promos or kickbacks or anything from them. We just, want to put the word out and
maybe.
Yeah, we just want to spread the word and kind of grow the Pakistani brands.
Let me ask you this: what's a brand that you would love to see their store here in Houston?
Man, I don't have anything particular. You mean like a Pakistani brand?
Pakistani brand. Obviously, like, Khaadi was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
I think J-Dot was pretty big when it was launching everywhere. I think it was pretty big. I don't think, what was this bowler's name again? No, like the spinner.
All right, sure. Ajmal.
I don't think that made like a lot of waves. I have no idea what this stuff looks like. Yeah. But is there a brand that you actually would love to have to like store here? Doesn't have to be Galleria, by the way.
No, I mean I really like the Manto stuff. You know that I wear this hoodie a lot. It's very comfy, but it's just nice to see them grow. I don't think brands necessarily need a storefront this day and age, particularly if you can just buy things online. And I prefer to kind of buy things online. It
helps them a lot. It helps them because you do want to. There's a lot of people, especially someone like me. I would love to go see that stuff first before buying it. I think it helps. It kind of like almost authenticates that it is true. And
I'm the opposite.
Real.
I don't
really.
You're
online shopping guy mostly.
I'm an online shop. Yeah, I see it, like it. All right, cool.
Clothing is a very difficult situation when it comes to online clothing for me personally.
I think maybe with like more traditional Eastern wear, that's a little bit more difficult because of it's so much more.
That's true. There's a sweater that I saw recently on a commercial ad on Instagram, and it was probably, I don't know if it was Rastah. Did you get to see it? It was like very old test Pakistani cricket looking sweater. It said Pakistan on it. Did you see that recently? I don't know what brand was that. Was that Rastah as well? Anyone knows what I'm talking about? Was it Rastah as well?
We got 2 yeses on Rastah, yeah.
Oh, so that was really cool. I really like they implemented a little bit of a cricket sweater into streetwear. I like that. I think I'm probably gonna look into that. It's creative,
it's imaginative. They're doing good things, and it's nice to see. I guess maybe we can shift gears a little. We talked about some of these big brands, but they had to start somewhere, and they had to start with some of these kind of smaller, independent labels of sorts. They probably just started and selling t-shirts just online, and picked up traction, and then grew and grew and grew. So I think for our next segment, we're actually going to have a special guest, which means, Riz, you're going to have to leave. I will see you later. All right, welcome back from our commercial break. Just kidding, we don't really have commercial breaks.
Yet.
But, with like premium and blockers, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so we were going to talk about a t-shirt design company that
we launched. We're very successful with. Thousands of sales.
All right, that is wonderful to hear. And I was hoping you could show me some of your designs, and then we were going to talk about them. Tell me a little bit more about kind of like the inspiration and what you guys are trying to aim for. This is you and Riz.
So we were kind of trying to go for an old school, really Desi kind of vibe. And Rizwan kind of told me what to do. And I just did it.
He does that. He tells people. Yeah,
he's a bossy person. But so the first one here is the one I'm wearing. So we're trying to do something that's like nostalgic and like ties into our childhood and what we kind of grew up with. Just a disclaimer: these are super like first draft. This was not something that was supposed to be like.
They look cool. No worry.
Okay. But yeah, so the first one is actually the one I'm wearing right now.
All right.
Everyone knows Ding Dong.
This is the Ding Dong cat.
What's the song, Rizwan? The Billy?
Shazzy can sing it.
Billy Murti Tazi Si.
All right, so you got the Ding Dong bubblegum. And if you haven't had Ding Dong bubblegum, that's unfortunate.
You're not Desi.
Yeah, you got to try it. You can still get it.
Yeah.
I think you can still get it.
Yeah, we got it from Pakistan last time. They were all stuck to the tattoo.
Yeah, and that was the best part. You get it's like the bazooka gum.
Yeah. We have some downstairs still.
I'll have to try it next time. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. So, all right, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's a jalebi written like a jalebi. This was actually Muna's idea.
Oh, cool.
And I kind of really liked it, but I think it was just not executed that well.
You should have sent a link to this to Tesher. I think you
that was before Tesher's time.
Before Tesher's time, all right? You see this? Jalebi baby, guys, look at this. Amazing. Actually, this is pretty cool. I like it. Inspiration for that. Okay,
jalebi.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Nostalgic.
All right, this next one is pretty cool. Okay.
This one, I actually didn't even know what Thali Kola is because I didn't really grow up in Pakistan.
Okay, well
and Rizwan told me about it. Did you know what Thali Kola is?
Why don't you explain to our viewers what Thali Kola actually is?
So Teli Cola is, I guess, that's what the surprise was for.
Please.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I don't trust that.
You're
putting so much faith in that Ziploc.
You have one more part? You just brought one?
just one. Oh, yeah, this was just for...
You literally brought that from home.
Just whoever wants to have it.
You're going to have to experience Teli Cola since you said you've never had one of these before.
You had it before?
I have.
Oh, wow.
For better or worse. Oh, why are you so surprised?
I'm so surprised. The proportions of this Teli are not the best.
I really thought he was going to pour the entire can in, so I brought a big Ziploc bag. Okay, so...
basically, I guess this was like the Pakistani bootlegged version of Coke or any soda. Did they have Fanta, Rizwan?
Well, basically they had all color.
Did they have ginger ale?
I don't think ginger ale exists.
Okay.
I know in certain places, just because they didn't want, like, bottles around, and just...
They probably made it in a big batch in, like, a tashla.
Yeah, and then just pour it in the bag, and they give you a straw, and they, do the zippy zip, and then you gotta try it.
I never knew this existed until Rizwan told me to draw it.
And can you just, Riz, just see if we can put this picture up, or if you can edit it in, it'll look just like that. So it'll be perfect. Now you've experienced Teli Cola. That was fun.
Yeah.
We should do more of these experiments
Yes.
in additional episodes. This is a great idea. Thank you for explaining that. All right, the next one. Oh, this is fun.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, there's a lot to be said about this one.
Oh, this is very niche. I don't know if a lot of people are gonna get it. This is from like early 2000s, I think. The Bright Kare.
Oh my God, it's been that long.
Does anyone remember it?
You remember the Bright Kare?
Aisha Sana.
I think she was or is, I don't know, was a host of a show.
Yeah.
And she was talking to whoever was controlling the light.
Yeah.
But, I think she was talking to them like through an intercom.
She was very upset that the lights...
Like, make me much more brighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a clip somewhere.
This is like the old school memes. Like, they're not funny anymore. But like in our time,
they're nostalgic.
Really, yeah,
See, they're not funny anymore. You're right. They're nostalgic, which is even better than funny.
Yeah.
And I think there's such a push towards like nostalgia and nostalgic things.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys come up with several
better
more.
Stuff? Oh.
Not better stuff. No. I love this stuff. It's great. But I know there's also a lot of other options and ideas. Do you care to share any of them? Or do you have any?
Oh, this has been on a back burner for several years now. I don't think we're brainstorming ideas. Do you have any ideas? Does anyone in the audience have ideas?
Send your ideas. They'll put it on a t-shirt and,
Comment below.
If you have any fun, nostalgic memes that you would suggest for a t-shirt design, please send them our way. We'll see what we can do. We'll at least share them on the next episode or something. It'll be fun. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our discussion. If you liked what we talked about, feel free to drop us a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know how it is. And yeah, that's it. If you have any other comments or suggestions for us, hit us up. And if you're interested in these t-shirts, we're going to include a link somewhere right here. Hopefully, magically edit that in. So yeah. All right. Take care.